she comes!
Hey. I really love this theme that I was hearing in a lot of these pieces, which is a theme of nonviolence, a theme of gentleness, and we all need some soft skills for hard times right now. Who remembers the Spit Poet zine? Yeah. Ticking and talking, 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 and ticking and talking, and ticking and talking, and talking. If I was to be truly honest, I would walk around with a sign that read, "Please ask questions before assuming my words stretch as far as my thoughts. I am a funhouse of mirrors, reflecting back all I observe in obscure ways. I am reason without rhyme, a human with bad sense of time. I am ticking every sober, slurred sentence, this tongue, a terrible circus clown, dropping sounds as it juggles brain cells in hopes you will enjoy the show. Deep breath. Unexplained verbal breaks. Fear you won't hear if I pause for too long. I am ticking, dropping sounds as I juggle brain cells, my heartbeat channeled from external sources, my mind forced to disassociate from the body which I illuminate. The power of my heartbeat makes me feel so unsure that I surrender to the demur of a body that asks no questions in a mind that listens to everybody's answers. Now, I think that was written in 2018, and I would say that, I do try to listen a bit more to some of my intuitive wisdom. We all have an inner knower, and it's needed. That is our life. Actually titled my first poem. I think that this was, it's not really my first poem, but my first poem that wasn't a child poem. And this was written, I believe, in 2014. Trying to define the chaos in my mind. Don't think I have enough time. But I'm trying to find the right words to express the roots of this social stress and depressed self-image. Wondering, what is this image? Is it just a message that I hallucinate? Is it my fate to wander in this desert, aimless wonder? Or is it my fate to create who I wanna be? I wanna be free, but I feel chained to these negative thoughts in my brain. I know I'm a bit insane, pale light, but I know we're all the same. Dazed and confused, don't wanna lose a competition, non-existent to begin with. We have to look within to see our divinity. I am you and you are me, except there is purity. We are blinded by obscurity that provides us with a false security in a decaying society founded on greed. We need to see the roots beneath the tree, become more grounded on the divinity in which our infinity is founded. This divine light burns so bright it hurts my eyes, so I compromise enlightenment with tinted sunglasses. I protect me from the things I don't want to see. I'm losing guard by fall from my facade. I don't want to die, but every time I look up at the sky, I think, fuck it, I'll get high. Death is inevitable. Might as well live a life that's bearable. Cause like life's gonna be fine, right? If I just numb this feeling of inadequacy in my spine, right? Lean your spine next to mine, we'll be fine. It ain't time to resign just yet. Eyes are set on you. Let's keep giving it up for the band. This is the hottest boy band around. So what could be more important than everyone learning a dialect of conflict resolution? Everyone learning a shared dialogue for conflict resolution. And while I'm up here right now, I have Poet Val's quote that goes, "Poet, what will you do with your megaphone?" And I want to share real quick. It's not a poem, but it is a skill, and it's a recipe for conflict resolution that is proven to work with preschoolers. So I imagine it might work with adults. We'll see. Step 1. This is your brain. This is your brain unhinged. Hi, amygdala. Go away from me. Okay, well, come here, amygdala. Fine. Shh. Calm down, it's gonna be okay. It's all good. Let's just go have a snack, take a break, we'll talk about it later. And then once that frontal cortex comes back online, which might be in about 20 minutes if you're very, very unhinged, then what you're gonna do is you can sit down, take a few deep breaths, and remind yourself that this person looking across from you is not the enemy. Oh gosh, they are most likely not the enemy. And what we're gonna do is you're gonna both share what happened to you. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna repeat back what you understood happened. And after you repeat back to the other person, this is what I think happened, and they tell you, that is what happened. That's kind of, yeah, that is what I meant. Okay, you got it. You're picking up what I'm putting down. Then you guys go into problem solving. But most people skip that step, and it makes some big problems. So, all right, that's my 2 cents. Let's get into some poetry here. This is from Communication Chaos, a poetic play on the absurd evolution of expression, which is very much about how language emerged and then the inevitable miscommunication and conflict that happens. And so this is from our eternal epilogue. And in the second part of the eternal epilogue, Hugh and Echo, the 2 characters, they share a myth of conflict resolution. No orb weavers were harmed in the making of this poem. Dear trimless self, today is a day, and this is what I know. The itsy bitsy spider was a cosmic orb web weaver. Up the water spout she spun her art, unseen but there, pushed out by the rain. She rises back up again, reweaving the web when its fragile fibers are broken. Here's the story of how I met her. Zinnia's parched. Need water now. Dehydrated. Dying. 7:30 a.m. Sun spotlights orb weaver web suspended above patio. stranded between two worlds. Only way to the zinnias is to push through. Sticky wet maimed, knocked off course, dangles downward, opens like a curtain. Water drips out the bottom of the zinnia planter. Water carrier walks off stage. 7:30 p.m. Orb Weaver observed walking the tightrope of a new line. How do I occupy the space with such a creature? Thinks water carrier. They keep coming back. How do I occupy the space with such a creature? Thinks Orb Weaver. They keep coming back. Orb Weaver used to be the itsy bitsy spider. She knows the wrath of water. Climbs back up every time she's knocked down from the space she tries to claim. The itsy bitsy ballerina appears, suspended acrobatic body on the tightrope she's spun. Slack and pull. Taunts elegant resilience in pirouettes. Off stage. Steadily becomes undetectable to the eye. Only noticed by surprise, not one for a grand entrance, known for being so quiet, so quiet. Not once noticed. I savor the thrill of discovery as she unfolds. Water Mirror watches carefully, hopeful Orb Weaver re-emerges for Act 3. Dear timely self, today is a day, and this is what I know. I share my blanket with an itsy-bitsy spider who wants nothing to do with me. She sees me seeing her. Stops, waits, then escapes. I share my hue with an echo. I share my hue with an echo. The first fight where we both think the other is wrong. The first bite of detectable contempt tasted, then spit out. Why would they use those words in that order? Why? Why would they use those words in that order? The first fight where we both think the other is wrong. This song, sweat, tears, words, pain drip down our giant canvas. How can I stretch this mind to understand their choices? Hues and echoes blend into a human resonance. What could be more important than us all learning a shared dialect for conflict resolution? This has been a hard year of grief in our poetry community. We've lost many people. Thank you, Aramis, for sharing your beautiful poem. Okay, Bo, it's lovely. And with other people we've lost Rolanda. Rolanda loves rock. Sam is a beautiful poet. Has done Punketry, Jazzatry is seen around. And also our friend Turing as well. And it's tricky. It's tricky when there's a community full of people who are so loving and accepting toward one another, yet othering still happens. And so, anyway, this is from Screaming at America, an anthology of disobedience. And Turing, once upon a time, I was talking to Turing about this poem, and in it goes, we need to start giving a fuck. And I was like, I wonder, I kind of got tired of saying that, and so I asked Turing, can you think of a word that rhymes or flows with apathy? That would be like the opposite to it. And Turing right away goes, oh, empathy. Empathy. I remember standing outside with Turing as they were talking about space and triangulation, and they were a sweet and misunderstood person. And so I encourage everyone, if you ever think somebody is just bad, question every corner about that. Question every corner of your mind, because there's a good chance that there is the opportunity to connect, even when there's these harsh misunderstandings, because otherwise we end up losing people. And so, anyway, let's read the poem. This is how art saves the world. Welcome to our great deluge of spirit on this evolutionary stage. Hear, hear. Hear, hear. Fear threatens the potential of a planet-robot tyranny. People forgetting their own agency. The baby cries and the mother rolls her eyes. Teacher stops learning, adult never dreams, child never plays. Computer loads and loads. Computer freezes, earth overheats, computer still loading. Spark that made the flame long forgotten. How to make the spark that made the flame long forgotten. Spark fades, then disappears. This is how art saves the world. The antidote to a global epidemic of apathy. People remembering why they give a fuck. People remembering their empathy. The antidote to a global epidemic of apathy. People remembering their empathy. What could be more urgent than stoking that spark inside? This is the order of reconciliation. First, remember the reason why you want to live. Second, remember and remind someone else of the reason why they want to live. Third, we act to proliferate living. How can we expect the world to care about the soil when half the world doesn't even care about themselves? We will not care about our atrophying atmosphere until we have a reason to breathe. This is the role of the artist. Give a fuck. Again and again and again. The antidote to a global epidemic of apathy. People remembering their empathy. This one's for Turing. I'm sorry the world didn't have enough empathy for you. Also, fun fact, October is conflict resolution month, which is pretty exciting, I think. Conflict can actually be really fun and exciting, and an exciting way to connect. I kind of imagine that like a conflict day, and you're like, what we're gonna do? We're gonna do that really scary thing, where we go on a date, and what we do, and that's not the scary part, no, the scary part is that we're gonna have conflict. And guess what? We're gonna connect through it. So hot. So, also in regards to grief, so I'm gonna read a poem from my mom who passed away in August. Maggie Saunders, this one is for you. And it is an emulation of the April Fool's birthday poem for Grandma by Diana de Prima. Is it Diana de Prima or Diana de take home for Mom. Today is your birthday, and I have tried writing these things before about forsythias and time passing, but now, in the gathering madness, I want to thank you for telling me to always be kind, for rules that only related to kindness. No punches, no punishment, only understanding. Thank you for honestly weeping in time to innumerable heartbreaking and heart-filling moments, for always falling asleep during movies, for brushing my hair and daring to wake me up each morning. Thank you for daring to wake me up each morning and for teaching me the term Mental Health Day. As you called the school to excuse my absence, for teaching me how it feels to bend pencils into peace of mind, something that seems fixed into something flexible. Thank you, Mom, for teaching me how it feels to bend pencils into peace of mind. As you called something that seems to be fixed into something flexible. Thank you for teaching me how to value learning in or outside school walls. Om Namo Gurudev Namo, Om Namo Gurudev Namo, Om Namo Gurudev Namo. You are qualified. Today, half the world is at war. And in our corner of the world, we are transmuting tyranny into poetry. Mother, I am the other end of the quantum thread of you, and we are involved in it now. Revolution, up to our knees, and the tide is rising. I embrace friends into family, into teacher, filled with their love and mine and ours. With love you told us had to come along for the ride, otherwise what's the point? On the ferry boat, listening to my complaints you never shared, you never shamed my impatience. And if you did, I don't remember it. In a shack on Long Island in close quarters, twin cots and a pull-out couch. The pillow mattress to throw on the floor when cousins or friends came along, outdoor showers, people naked and running around, Pebble Beach, Baxter's Beach, and breathing each other's same air so close together that our bubbles became large enough to hold us all and more. So gloriously close and together. For every time I interrupted you just to say, I love you. Mom? Hi. What, Maggie? I love you. Thank you for giving me your hazel green eyes, your abundant joy, bravery, and open-hearted spirit. Thank you for the compass of being, how it's guided me here. Today, I sit at a table with artists talking love, talking revolution, which is love spelled backwards. Revolution is love spelled backwards. Oh, how you would love us all. How they would all love you. We do it for the healing, for the full moon that rises over each part of the world, for the humans that rise every morning with hopes and dreams to share. We do it so we can look on earth and not be afraid, not be afraid. Hey, Mom, are we still looking up at the same sky? Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, blessed is the fruit of thy womb. Thank you, I love you all. I love you, Black Market Translation. I love you, Squiddiest Man.